Hi, my name is Joachim. I'm a Pilates teacher and I'm father of Albie, who is 6 and has PWS. I've made a couple of videos for Prader-Willi Awareness Month. I'm really keen for our kids to get moving, and if we can apply a little bit of strategic planning to their movements, then it's going to make a really big difference. It needs to be fun, it needs to be engaging and entertaining. Clearly it needs to be safe, but if we make it the same number of repetitions to one side and then the other side, using one leg, using the other leg, and working towards standing up and those sorts of actions, then it's going to help them develop stronger muscles, just to coordinate their muscles from the feet, through the knees, to the hips, all the way through the spine, up into the rest of the body. If we apply the techniques that I've learned from Pilates to all of the movements that our kids do, it's going to help them in the long run. I'm a really big fan of the bouncy castle and the climbing up ladders and those sorts of things. So the more you can get your kid out on uneven surfaces, moving around and just moving their body across obstacles, the stronger they're going to become. I think the number one exercise that we could give to our kids is walking. And up until they're able to walk, there are so many things that we can do with Pilates, any form of exercise to help the kid get closer to standing and walking. If you want a hand with some ideas, then contact me and let me know, and I'd be delighted to give you a session for free of Pilates to help your kid progress towards whatever goal you've got. Cheers. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Alice and this is Sandy. He was born with a condition called hydrocephalus, which basically means he's got too much fluid in his brain. So he's had some surgeries to put a shunt in, and that basically funnels all the fluid down into his tummy, but he had some complications. So he's actually had 9 brain surgeries, and he's had a few cuts to his abdomen and things like that, so his strength and things have all been a little bit behind, haven't they? So we've just been coming here and it's making a huge difference to him.
We're going to do some work with Sandy, and Cecile might help us out, and Sandy's mum might always also help us out. So we can see here that he's a shuffler, bum shuffler. He doesn't have PWS, so he doesn't present exactly the same, but he has other issues that we need to work on that are very similar to a PWS kid. So this bum shuffling is not dissimilar, and what I'd really like to see for him to do is to do more crawling. So I know you don't love this the most, mate, but if we support his body and the arms can start taking body weight, there we go, and it's just about releasing enough weight that he gets a bit of a challenge, but not for so long that it becomes an annoyance. Enough that there's a bit of a challenge. We'll do it again, mate. And not so much that it becomes an annoyance. Can you grab me a sarong, please? I've spoken a lot, if you have ever spoken to me, about the dog carrying sling. And you can do it with a towel as well. You just make it broad. Can you do me a favour and close that door? And if we put this underneath the chest, and then we can support his body weight using the sling, and he can crawl to the ball, hopefully. We can encourage the crawling action by holding the towel or the dog carrying sling underneath the chest. Come on, mate. There you go, there you go. So look where you go. So this is a relatively easy way for me to hold this. Oh, good boy.
Just having a little catch up.
Hi, you're good. So we're already filming and we're just into stuff here. And I want you to try to do the crawling. One thing that we notice a lot is the legs being out in front, just because that's comfy for him. So to put the legs away behind, and for him to realise that he will get propulsion if the legs are behind. But we've got to have that conversation to make it worth his while. And the bum shuffling is just a more efficient way for him to move these days. But we need to give him another alternative. Come on. Okay. So we're going to crawl. I'm going to resist you. There we go. I've got body weight. One leg goes forward.
But you got the ball.
Oh, let's throw that away. It's because you need incentive, don't you, mate? Legs away behind. legs are way behind.
Cruel.
Yeah, I am very cruel.
You had it.
I'm crueler than people want to be, right? But this head lag is, or heavy head is quite normal as well. What else are we looking for? Wait. Let's have a look at this ball one more time. So we want to work on this crawl. That's it. Where's the ball? Where's the ball, Sandy? Go for the ball. That's it. Look up. Where's the ball? There it is. Oh, good. So what we got there was a couple of actions with the leg where he was almost going to crawl. Right. Can we look at some spinal movements? Similar to what we did in the older person's class, we want to do rotations. And here, I've got Sandy's hips squeezed between my legs so that I can rotate his body. And it's really cool, even if he doesn't enjoy this, his fight with me is going to strengthen up the rotational muscles. Oh, yeah. Just a few at any one time. And then let's do some lateral flexions, some side bending. Pin the legs again, and now I'm wrapping him over the top of my thighs. Yeah, it's like we're dancing, isn't it? Okay. Oh, hi, Flo. Oh, he's after it. He's doing extensions himself, which is really good. Do you want to see me again? And one more time into extension. And one thing that I know that Cecile, who's been working with Sandy quite a lot, has been working on is the capacity for him to lift himself. Oh, good boy. Now, what Sandy doesn't have quite so badly as our kids do is the head lag. So he is strong enough to bring his leg. Oh, good boy. Strong enough to bring his
yeah, much better.
His head with it. Come on, lie down, fella. You want to go up again? Holding up the fingers. Yay! You totally did it. There's the ball. You totally did it, fella. Now, just looking at the way he did this, I want to see. He's got a slight bulge here, which could be a diastasis rectus muscle.
Yeah, they've both been cut there. So.
So that's part of the operation.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a good boy. That we can help with more oblique work by working.
Yeah.
We have the internal and the external obliques and rotations and forward crunching. If we can build that into the routine, that's going to help with that. What else do you want to do, mate? Do you want to do some standing practice? Okay. I know you've got a plan, but
anything involving these is just plan, isn't it?
Can you bring that one in front? So we'll put Sandy here on my thigh, and my leg is underneath him just enough to give some support. We'll bring that ball in. There you go. There's the ball. So he's almost standing.
Yeah, he's honestly the last couple of weeks he's really.
Wow. Back in it comes. Stand up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So good, mate.
I got out my pregnancy ball, which I've used. I've been doing this at home with him, so he does enjoy this movement.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm seeing the ball over the top. Incentivizing to have some reason to stand up is awesome. Really good work. Keep going, fella. Can you get it? Can you get it?
Can you get it?
Yes! And it's just letting him go enough that we get enough of a little challenge. And but it's not so much that he falls over. There you go. Wow. Good boy. Totally good boy. I'm just looking at what else we can use here. The towel, if we pull the ball away, the towel that we had before. Stretchy bands are really good tools for us to use for this particular action, but Sandy doesn't like the stretchy band very much.
No, he hates the feel of them.
We're going to avoid that, so I'm going to put him into a comfy supported position, and we're going to give him leg pressure here. That's it. You push into that, mate. You push into that. Let's do both legs at the same time. So I'm pulling his legs back with the towel, but it works really well so long as the little partner can cope with the sensation of a stretchy band. To push into a stretchy band is really good. And then push. Oh, he's not coming in. He's not coming in. Oh, good boy. But here, giving him a little bit of contact with the floor and letting the feet just do the work, but not take all the weight is really useful. Oh, you want to play with that. Where's Sandy going? Where's he going?
Where are you?
Where's he going? going to sneak a foot out from under here. If we tickle the foot, you can see that we get a response out of the foot. And we play with the toes. It's so important for our kids to get an understanding of what their feet are doing. But as soon as we put them into heavy, clumpy shoes, especially with inserts, and Albie has inserts as well, they start to forget that their feet even exist. So if we can stimulate the foot by doing a bit of tickling, and even a little bit of mobilization of the foot, because what's really cool here is that he's resisting my finger movements of the foot, and that helps to strengthen up the intrinsic foot muscles within the foot, but also the other muscles that help to balance up throughout the other joints. Oh yeah! Whoop. Throw it. Throw it. Now, Sandy, let's have a look at this. Can you hold it with your feet?
Oh, that's a clever trick.
Can you hold it with your feet? So I know you can do it with your hands. Can you do it with your feet? Oh! Oh! Ah! Can you do it with your feet? You do it. Oh! Okay, let's try it again. Can you lift the ball with your feet? Can you lift it and let it go? And lift it and let it go. Try it one more time. You lift it, you do it. Ah, I gotcha. You do it with your feet. You do it with your feet. Oh, almost. Really good. We have not done many minutes of work with Sandy, but that is about as much as we really want to do with him. We want him to keep it exciting and fun and worthwhile.
That's why I love it so much here, because he just basically feels like he's playing.
Yeah, exactly. Play is so important. It makes it more fun for us as well. But if we play with, a system in mind, trying to get all of the spinal movements in. So that is forward flexion. He does plenty of that already. Rotation. Extension of the spine, and then lateral flexion. And if we can get all of those movements into play, and then work towards standing, I think we need to look at feet. How the feet are playing. Oh, look at you. You come here and do it on the big ball. Come over here onto the mat, Cecile. Up. Ooh. Hi.
Look at you standing.
That is good standing, Sandy. Yeah, brilliant. And Sandy could not do this a few weeks ago.
Oh no, honestly, he couldn't actually even get up from lying down. Now he can get himself to sitting up from lying down. He's a completely different boy now.
Awesome, gang. We're going to leave it there for Sandy so that he can go home and have a rest and Mum doesn't have too much of a heart attack. We'll see you all later on. Bye.